What if I told you that you possess a direct, uncensored line to the deepest, wisest part of yourself? A channel that can deliver profound truths, solve impossible problems, and reveal your life's purpose. Now, what if I told you that this isn't some new age fantasy, but a fundamental human ability, a process mapped by one of the 20th century's greatest minds, Carl Jung? And what if I told you that powerful institutions have a vested interest in you never learning how to use it? Think about it. During the Cold War, the US government poured millions into programs like MKUltra and Project Stargate. MKUltra was obsessed with mind control, with breaking the human will. Stargate, run by agencies like the DIA and later the CIA, focused on psychic phenomena like remote viewing, trying to see across the world using only the mind. They were grappling with the immense power of the inner world, terrified their enemies might master it first. But here's the kicker. Those programs, especially Stargate, were eventually shut down because the results were unreliable and couldn't be controlled. They failed to turn consciousness into a weapon. The real secret isn't a government conspiracy. It's that the key to this inner world isn't through coercion or secret labs. It's a personal practice. The constant noise of the modern world, the notifications, the opinions, the pressure to fit in, it's all static, drowning out the one voice that truly matters. We're taught to seek answers everywhere but within, outsourcing our own wisdom. This disconnection is the root of so much anxiety and that feeling of being adrift. But there is a way back. Carl Jung called it active imagination. He saw it as a way to consciously engage with the symbolic language of your own unconscious mind. It's how you turn the monologue of your ego into a dialogue with your soul. This isn't just about feeling good, it's about personal sovereignty. It's about becoming so rooted in your own truth that you're no longer easily swayed. That kind of inner authority is something no external power can control. In this video, I'm going to demystify this profound process. We're cutting through the jargon to give you 3 simple, actionable steps. 3 steps to open the channel and start the most important conversation of your life. This is the manual they never gave you. This is how you talk to your soul. The first step on this journey inward feels backward to our modern, action-oriented minds. It's not about forcing or achieving. It's about creating a space, setting an intention, and learning how to listen. This is the step of the invitation and the witnessing. First, the invitation. This is you consciously creating a sacred container for your inner work. Think of it like preparing a room for a very important guest. You wouldn't invite a wise elder into a chaotic, messy space. You'd prepare a quiet, clean, respectful environment. To do this, find a place where you won't be disturbed for at least 30 minutes. This signals to your entire being that what you're about to do matters. You're turning down the volume on the world so you can hear what's inside. Once you're settled, enter a relaxed, meditative state. Don't overcomplicate it. Just close your eyes and focus on your breath. Feel the air come in and feel it go out. With each exhale, let go of the day's tension, the to-do lists, the worries. Your only job is to be present. This state, somewhere between waking and sleeping, is the fertile ground where the unconscious can speak. Now, with a quiet mind and relaxed body, you set a clear intention. This is the active part of the invitation. Silently or aloud, state your purpose. It could be something like, I am open to whatever part of me has a message, or I want to understand this anxiety I've been feeling, or just, I'm here to listen. Your intention is a polite knock on the door of your inner world. With the invitation sent, you shift into the second phase, the witnessing. This is where you have to let go of control completely. Your job now is to simply watch the screen of your mind's eye with gentle, non-judgmental awareness. You are not thinking of images. You are allowing images to arise on their own. This is the huge difference between active imagination and plain old fantasy. In fantasy, your ego is the director. In active imagination, your ego sits in the audience. So where do these images come from? You could start with a recent dream. Was there a figure or a place that felt important? Bring it to mind and just hold it there. Or you could start with a mood. If you've been feeling a knot of sadness, don't push it away. Turn toward it. Ask yourself, if this sadness had a shape or a color, what would it be? A gray fog? A heavy stone? a lost child, whatever appears is the right place to start. You can even use physical sensations. That tension in your shoulders or flutter in your stomach. Focus on it, breathe into that spot, and ask, who is here? What does this look like? As you hold this starting point, the key is to stay passive. Jung said you must fix this image in the mind. Usually it will alter, as the mere fact of contemplating it animates it. This is the magic. Your focused attention is like sunlight on a seed. The image will begin to shift, move, or transform. A static picture might become a short film. A figure might turn and look at you. Your only task is to watch. Don't judge what you see. If a monster appears, your job isn't to run, it's to watch with curiosity. If an angel appears, your job isn't to cling, it's to observe. All figures, scary or beautiful, are messengers. They are symbols for energies inside you. The shadowy figure, the inner critic, the vulnerable child. They are all parts of your total self wanting to be seen. Have a journal nearby. As soon as you're done, write down everything you witnessed. Draw the images. Describe the feelings. This act of recording honors the experience and creates a physical map of your inner journey. This first step is the foundation. You are learning to be still. You are learning to listen. You are telling your soul, I am here. I am ready. Speak. And if you wait with patience and sincerity, it will. If this exploration resonated with the part of you that knows there is more to reality than what we see, then our journey together has only just begun. Each week we delve into the profound mysteries of consciousness, from ancient wisdom to modern science, to help unlock the secrets of your own magnificent being. Subscribe and activate the bell to join a community of fellow navigators and seekers. Let's continue to explore the unseen together. If step 1 was setting the stage, step 2 is where the play begins. This is the active part of active imagination. It's where you go from being a passive witness to a conscious participant. This is the dialogue and the engagement, and it requires a leap of faith. Once a figure has appeared in your mind's eye, you have to engage with it. You have to speak to it. I know this can feel absurd at first. Your rational mind will likely scream, "This is silly. You're just talking to yourself." Acknowledge that voice of doubt, thank it for its concern, and then gently ask it to take a seat. For this to work, you must treat the figures you meet as autonomous beings. For the duration of this work, they are psychically real, personified aspects of you with their own perspectives. So, how do you start? Simply and directly. Ask a question. Who are you? Why are you here? What do you want to tell me? Ask the question, and then, this is the most important part, you wait. You don't think of an answer. You don't invent a reply. You listen. The response might come as a clear thought you hear, a gesture, a flood of emotion, or another image. Whatever it is, don't censor it. The unconscious doesn't play by the rules of polite, logical conversation. It can be shocking, nonsensical, or profoundly wise. Your job is to receive it. Let's use an example. Say your chronic anxiety shows up as a small, frantic hummingbird trapped in a cage in your chest. In step 1, you just watched it. In step 2, you start the dialogue. You ask, who are you? You wait, and a thought arises, seeming to come from the bird itself. I am vigilance. And just like that, a dialogue has begun. You're no longer just feeling anxious. You're in a relationship with the energy of anxiety. You can continue. You, why are you in this cage? Vigilance, the hummingbird. You put me here. You were afraid of my intensity. You, what are you afraid of? Vigilance. Every possible danger. Every mistake. Every judgment. This is a turning point. Your conscious self, your I, could argue with the bird. But that's the old pattern of inner conflict. The goal here isn't to defeat these figures, but to understand and integrate them. The goal is to find what Jung called the transcendent function, a new third way that resolves the tension between two opposing parts. So instead of arguing, you ask with genuine curiosity, you, what do you need from me? Vigilance. I need you to trust me, not to let me run wild, but to use my sight, to let me be your scout, not your prisoner. In that moment, everything can shift. The pathological energy of anxiety is revealed to be a powerful, useful capacity vigilance that has been misunderstood and caged. You haven't killed your anxiety, you've begun to transform it into a strength. Throughout this process, you have to be an active participant. If a figure says something that makes you angry, you can say, "What you just said makes me angry." This authentic engagement is essential. Jung stressed this is a meeting of two equals. Your conscious mind brings ethics and a connection to reality. The unconscious brings raw, timeless wisdom. Their union is what creates wholeness. Pay attention to your body. A cold chill, a warmth in your chest. These are part of the communication. Note them in your journal. This step can be intense. You're meeting your inner critic, your shadow, your courage, and your fear as living personalities. This is real inner work. You're not just talking to yourself. You're building a bridge between your conscious ego and the vast, wise world of the soul. You've created the space, witnessed the image, and had the dialogue. Now what? This is the final and most critical step, the embodiment and the integration. This is how you make sure your inner work doesn't just stay a cool, dreamlike memory. This is how you bring the gold back into the waking world and use it to change your life. It's easy to have a profound inner experience and then have nothing actually change. The goal isn't to get lost in your inner world, but to build a bridge between it and your conscious life. This step has two parts, embodiment and integration. First, embodiment. This means giving the experience a physical form. The unconscious speaks in images and feelings. To honor its messages, you should respond in the same language. You need to make the insight tangible. This isn't literal, it's symbolic. How do you do it? Creative expression. Draw, paint, or sculpt the figure you met. Don't worry about being a great artist. The point is to use your body to give the inner image an outer form, or write a poem from the figure's perspective. What does the world look like through its eyes? Symbolic action. This is a small ritual that honors the message. For our hummingbird of vigilance, you might buy a small bird feeder and put it outside your window. Every time you see it, you're reminded of your new agreement to use its sight without being its prisoner. If you met an inner tyrant who demands perfection, your ritual might be to intentionally do something imperfectly, to sing off key or cook without a recipe. It's a physical declaration that you're embracing a new way. Movement. Sometimes the energy is too big for words. If you feel a surge of grief or joy, put on some music and let your body move. Let the energy flow through you. This act of embodiment is a rite of passage. It tells your unconscious, "I heard you, I'm taking this seriously." This builds trust, and the unconscious will be more willing to communicate in the future. After embodying the experience, you move to integration. This is the long-term, ongoing process of applying what you learn to your daily life. Integration means making conscious choices based on your new understanding. The hummingbird of vigilance. The next time you feel anxiety before a presentation, you don't crush it. You pause and say, vigilance is here. Thanks for the heads up. You use its energy to double-check your notes, but you don't let it trap you in fear. You relate to the feeling differently. The inner tyrant. When you make a mistake, you hear that familiar voice of self-criticism. But now, you recognize it. You can say, "I hear you, but I'm choosing a different way." You consciously choose self-compassion. Integration is a practice. You'll forget. You'll fall back into old patterns. But now you have a map. You have your journal, your drawings, your memory of the dialogue. You can return to them and recommit. This is the slow, patient work of weaving the wisdom of the soul into the fabric of your personality. This is how you become the whole person you were always meant to be. This three-step cycle, invitation, dialogue, integration, is a lifelong relationship. It's a path to a life guided not by unconscious reactions, but by a conscious partnership between your ego and the profound depths of your soul. The journey we've just outlined isn't just a theory. It's a practice that can fundamentally change your relationship with yourself, but it only works if you actually do it. So here's my challenge to you. Don't just let this be another interesting video. Tonight or tomorrow morning, find 30 quiet minutes. Create your space, set your intention, and just listen. Don't worry about getting it right. Just show up. And when you do, come back here and share your experience. You don't have to share the details, just write "I tried it" in the comments below. By doing so, you join a community of fellow explorers on this same journey. And if this conversation resonates with you, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. We are constantly diving into these powerful topics to help you live a more authentic, integrated life. We started with a secret the CIA doesn't want you to know. And while government programs definitely showed an interest in consciousness, the real secret isn't in a declassified file. It's hidden in plain sight, right inside you. The most profound secret is that you have direct access to a source of wisdom that is entirely your own. The systems of the world often thrive on a population that is distracted and looking for answers outside of themselves. Someone who is externally referenced is easier to influence. But a person who has cultivated a deep relationship with their own soul, who can draw on their own inner wellspring of truth, is a different kind of human being. They have an inner authority that can't be shaken by external noise. This practice of active imagination is, at its core, an act of radical self-reclamation, a declaration of your psychic sovereignty. The 3 steps we've covered are a map back to yourself. They are the keys to a conversation your soul has been waiting your entire life to have. By dialoguing with your inner figures, you learn to heal your inner conflicts. You discover that the answers you've been desperately seeking out in the world have been inside you all along. You realize that, as Jung famously said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. The journey isn't always easy. It takes courage and patience, but the reward is immeasurable. It's the end of a life lived on autopilot, and the beginning of a life lived with profound purpose. It is the feeling of coming home. So, the question isn't what secrets are being kept from you. The question is, are you ready to uncover your own?